I deeply researched, studied 20 successful viral apps. Here's everything they had in common. So I want to build apps myself and I want them to be successful. Apps take so much time, so much effort. My worst fear is putting it on the App Store and get no downloads. And there are apps that are making great amounts of money. I want to know what you're doing well. What do they have in common? So here are the 20 apps that I studied. Speechify is making $1 million a month. It's basically a text to audio app that came out in 2017. I don't know if you've seen the viral videos, but the owner of the app, I don't know his name. Yeah, he understands marketing. He has collabed with Snoop Dogg, Richard Branson. So the app's name is very popular. It solves a good problem, but it wins on distribution. You gotta learn marketing. So the owner of the app really talks about it, really collaborates with people. He always puts it's so simple. The idea is so simple, but what makes it stand out is its marketing. So whenever you need a text to speech app, it comes first because he spent a long time on marketing. Also, it started in 2017, which was 8 years ago, and the landscape and the competition in 2017 was less than now. That could also be a reason why it's successful, but it is the long game and it's the long game of marketing. So the next one is called We Moms. It's a pregnancy and baby app. The audience is expecting moms. They want an app that can help them on a week by week basis. So this one solves a real problem. It catches people in an emotional state and then it knows how to win on ASO, that's App Store Optimization. It came out in 2014. Any woman who was typing pregnancy app or what to do about a pregnancy, this app was the first step. So solve a real problem, be specific to your user, and make sure that you optimize for certain keywords. So it came out in 2014. 11 years ago, this app is making 70,000 per month, a very successful app. Here's another app that's about 9 years old. It's called the Talking Parents Co-Parent app. Another app similar to the Wii Moms, very specific audience, came out in a period of low competition on the App Store in 2016, but was able to win on specificity. So, because if you're in a co-parenting situation and you want a mobile app to help you, here's the perfect mobile app for that. So that's how it won ASO, and it has played the long game. It has understood its users for 9 years now, added features that they want, and now it's raking in 300,000 per month. The next one is Structured. In a world of to-do list apps, Structured was able to carve a niche by itself, but simply focusing on people's day to day. So the UI is very streamlined. It looks very beautiful. It's something that you can recognize immediately when you see the app. And it started in Germany. So it was marketed in Germany a lot. And then that's when the community started building and it just grew from there. So what we can learn from this is be visually different, be unique. You can take a problem that everyone knows about, but if you have a unique twist on it and you're able to have a good network and a good network effect, the app can go viral. It can keep on going bigger from that. So Structured is now making $300,000 per month. The next one we have is Cal AI, a calorie tracking app. So before, my fitness app had this feature, but it was quite complex. There's other things you can do on my fitness pal, but Cal AI just made it very simple. They captured that word AI. It came out at a time when AI was everything and people had no idea. You could just take a picture and they can estimate the calories in your food. So the technology was something that people saw and were like, wow. So if you can have the wow factor, that is good. Another thing that they did well was distribution. Anywhere on TikTok or Instagram, you can see people talking about Cal AI. So they did paid partnership with influencers, they did organic content, they really won on social media, and then that took it to the App Store and it just blew up from there. So this means you can take an idea, reframe it to have the wow factor, go crazy on distribution and marketing, and you can succeed. Cal AI is making 2 million per year. And then we have a 15-year-old app, which is Life 360, making 13 million per month. Why? Because it leans on people's emotions. You want your family members to be safe. It came out in 2010, very low competition, but it solved a very big problem. It's still making money this month because people always care about their family safety. So when you solve a deep emotional problem and you're early, you can make a lot of money. Another app about 10 years old is Forest for Productivity. So this app, it has a good network effect. Whenever you see someone using this app to focus, you talk about it. So it's very shareable. It also has a unique design. So a pattern that you can see here is having a very shareable look, unique design, and solving a genuine problem. So you need a network effect. You need someone to see the app, ask what it is, and share it with the next person. We have Goblin Tools that came out 2 years ago. It's making 20K per month. So this one started off with simply a Reddit post. So it's for people that are neurodivergent, they have ADHD, they just plug it in and AI gives them, either it breaks tasks down for them or it keeps them accountable. Now, this app was completely free. It targeted an audience who didn't want to go into the complexities of logging into ChatGPT, but you can just go to a website, put a task in, and to break it down for them. So it captured a very unique audience. And then the Reddit post went viral, and then he built an app off that, and now is making it 20K per month. What we can learn from this is that the tech exists, but if you can find a use case that people don't know about, post it, there's a chance you can go viral. Another one is Flow, the period tracking app. I know this one is having a lot of data controversy, but it came out 10 years ago. And this is something that you would think Apple would have created, but if you have a period and you want it to be tracked 10 years ago, Flow did that. They came out with many features that their users loved, and it's making $9 million per month. So what can we learn from all these apps? The first thing is play the long game. So some of these apps were created 10 years ago and they're still making money today. Think about it like real estate. The earlier you start, the better. The second thing that we can learn is community. Having an app that is shareable, visually appealing is good because then you're leaning on the network effect. When one person sees it, they share it to the next person and it keeps growing like that. The third thing is that you want long-standing apps that solve deep emotional pain points. From apps like Life 360 or the Baby Moms app, you can see that people will keep coming back when the problem is deep and emotional. App creation really depends on timing, and I'll show you why. Take a look at Speechify, okay? Their main app is making $1 million per month. They have another one that's making 10K per month, but they have another one that's making less than 5K per month. So the app that they released in 2017 is making what? Is making significantly more than the one that they released 2 years ago. The same company, but people become used to a product when they get in a specific time. So timing is critical. Let's look at another one. Here's a company that built Structured. As you can see, Structured is their most successful app. They have one about wallpapers, a soundboard widget, and these ones are not doing nearly as successful as Structured, which means it's not so much about the technical skill, but the timing, being able to reach the right people at the right time. And you just never know which app may be successful, so you need to keep shipping. These are the guys behind Kyle AI. They have three other apps. One about a screenshot close finder, another one about a motivation alarm, another one about a workout planner. They're in the self-improvement space. They were wildly successful with Kyle AI, but it's because they had that wow factor. The other apps do not have the wow factor. That's why it's very hard to recreate, but you never know until you show people and they say wow. What's the general takeaway from this? You should build apps because the ceiling is so high, but timing plays such an important role. Reaching the right people at the right time and being able to market well is so critical. What you can always do is think about problems, especially deep emotional problems, and build a solution from them, and don't stop talking about it. I hope you got something from this video. I'm starting a community of AI builders who are talking about everything from building, marketing, distribution. Join in the link below.